Hello students, good morning. Today we are discussed in the mechanical properties of fluid, that is hydrostatic paradox. In this lecture we are discuss about the hydrostatic paradox. Therefore, at first, what is meant by hydrostatic paradox? For that purpose, we have to consider the figure. That is, let us consider the interconnected vessel. Let us consider this interconnected vessel in which liquid is filled. In this vessel, this liquid, you can see here, the liquid is completely filled in this interconnected vessel. Then, situation in this hydrostatic paradox, we can see here, that is levels of liquid, height of levels of liquid. The liquid is poured in this vessel. Then levels of liquids in our vessel is same, and their situation is somewhat puzzling. Therefore, it is known as hydrostatic paradox. This is known as hydrostatic paradox because you can see here the levels of liquid. Level of liquid in all vessel. Levels of liquid in all vessel is same, and this situation is somewhat puzzling. Therefore, we can call that this is called as hydrostatic paradox. Here in this figure, this is different types of vessel. You can see here these are vessels are of different shape, and when this liquid is poured in this vessel, then levels of liquid in all vessel is same, and that situation is known as hydrostatic paradox. That is levels of liquid in all vessel is same. Here we can see that. Let us consider this vessel A, B, C and D. You can see here the base of C is more than the base of B. Base of C is more than that of C. Therefore, the base of C is more than that of B. Therefore, you can observe that the levels liquid, you can feel that the liquid from C goes into B vessel, and levels of liquid is increasing. But this is not happen because in last lecture we know that pressure at any point that is P is equal to H rho G, where P is pressure, H is height, G is rho is X density, G is acceleration due to gravity. It means that pressure at any point of liquid depends on height of liquid column, density, acceleration due to gravity. Therefore, when this इथं आपण बघितलं की बेस कशाचा जास्त आहे सी चा मग आपल्याला इथं काय दिसेल आपल्याला लिक्विड फ्रॉम सी लेवल गोज इनटू बी लेवल आणि लेवल काय होईल इन्क्रीज झालेली दिसेल पण हे असं होत नाही कारण आपल्याला माहिती आहे इन लास्ट लेक्चर आपण बघितलेलं आहे की प्रेशर हे कशावर डिपेंड आहे हाइट डेन्सिटी acceleration due to gravity it depends upon height therefore levels of liquid is same and this situation therefore pressure at the base is same therefore this system is in equilibrium this system is in equilibrium that is pressure at the base it depends upon height therefore pressure at the base level it is same in all vessels and therefore system is in equilibrium because the forces in this case we can say that is here forces arrow indicates that forces exert against the liquid forces exerted against the liquid and these forces are perpendicular and it can be resolved into two components that is horizontal component and vertical component. Arrow indicates that the forces exerted against the liquid by the walls of vessel and these forces are perpendicular at each point and therefore it can be resolved into two components that is vertical component and horizontal component and therefore vertical component here weight of liquid column in the section B is not balanced and contribute the pressure at the base and therefore there is no longer paradox therefore after that we can discuss about the Pascal law this is about the hydrostatic paradox after that we can see here Pascal law statement here statement of Pascal law is pressure statement that is pressure applied at any point of enclosed fluid at rest container, wall of container or vessel, wall of vessel, and effect of is neglected. This is the statement of Pascal law. What is statement? That is pressure applied at any point. Pressure applied at any point of enclosed fluid at rest position, then it is transmitted equally to every portion, undiminished, to every portion of the fluid and walls of vessel, and effect of gravity at that time it is neglected. This is the statement of Pascal law. ज्या ज्या वेळेस आपण प्रेशर अप्लाय करणार आहे त्या वेळेस काय होईल? इट इज ट्रान्समिटेड इक्वली. ते कुठे ट्रान्समिट केलं जाईल? इक्वली टू एव्हरी पोर्शन ऑफ फ्लुइड and wall of vessel, and effect of gravity is neglected. This is the statement of Pascal law. Pressure applied at any point of enclosed fluid at rest, it is transmitted equally and in undiminished to every portion of fluid and walls of vessel or container, then effect of gravity is neglected. This is about the Pascal law. After that we can discuss about the applications of Pascal law. First application is hydraulic lift. Application of Pascal's law. Pascal's law. First application, that is hydraulic lift. Here first application is, here we can see about the application of Pascal law. In this Pascal law application there are two applications, that is hydraulic lift and hydraulic brake. At first we have to see here we have to see, that is these are the two applications, that is hydraulic lift and hydraulic brake. These are the two applications of Pascal's law. Application of Pascal's law. At first we are discuss about the application of Pascal law, that is hydraulic lift. For that purpose we have to draw here figure of hydraulic lift. Here we have to draw the diagram of hydraulic lift. Let us consider the two tanks. diagram of hydraulic lift. Figure hydraulic lift. Let us consider here force F1 is applied. S1 is piston. S2 consider these two pistons. Here consider these two pistons S1 and S2. Having area A1, having area A2. Let us consider this hydraulic lift. It is used to lift heavy object. It is used to lift the heavy object by using the Pascal law. Application of Pascal law is when this pressure applied, then it is transmitted equally to every portion of the fluid, and so that we can lift heavy object by using this Pascal law. For that purpose, let us consider the two tank. This is tank. This is piston. Let us consider these two tank. These two tank having two pistons. Having first tank having piston S1, another tank having piston S2, and having first tank, it have smaller area A1 and another tank which have larger area, that is A2 is greater than A1. When small force is applied to the first tank having area A1, then in last lecture we discussed about that. Pressure, we know that pressure is equal to F divided by A. Therefore, F is equal to, we know that, P into A. Therefore, when this force F1 is applied, then we know that pressure is equal to force divided by area. Force is equal to P into area. Then it will generate the pressure, that is P1. Pressure is equal to force divided by area. Then it will generate the pressure, and this pressure, when it is generated, then force F1 is small force is applied to the first tank having area smaller area, then it will generate pressure, and this pressure is according to Pascal law, it is transmitted equally and undiminished to the every portion of the fluid, that is it is transmitted equally undiminished to the every point of container, this container or every point of fluid, it is transmitted equally, so that when it is transmitted equal to the another undiminished to the every portion of the fluid at rest, then it generates the force F2 is equal to P into A2. Then pressure it will generated, then When this by applying this F2, it will generate a force, that is we get F2 is equal to pressure P1, that is F1 divided by A1, that is A2. Therefore F2 is equal to, we can get here A2 divided by A1 into F1. Say this equation number 2. We can get here this force, then we can get here larger force. We can apply smaller force to this smaller time, having smaller area of cross section. Then according to Pascal law, this pressure it will generate the pressure, and this pressure is transmitted according to Pascal law. It is transmitted to another tank, and therefore having larger cross sectional area, then we know that we get here larger force. We get here larger force. By using this larger force, we can lift the heavy object. Therefore, first application of Pascal law, hydraulic lift, and it is by applying smaller force we can generate larger force, and when we apply smaller force, then we can generate pressure, and this pressure is transmitted equally to the another tank. Then after that we can generate the larger force, and by using this larger force we can lift heavy object. This is the first application of Pascal law. After that we can discuss the next application of Pascal law is, that is hydraulic brake. For that purpose we have to draw here the diagram of hydraulic brake. Next application is hydraulic brake. Therefore application is hydraulic brake. For that purpose we have to draw here another diagram. Another diagram of hydraulic brake, that is for that purpose we have to draw here slave cylinder and master cylinder. That is, this is the diagram of master cylinder. This is slave cylinder having area of cross section A2. This is hydraulic brake. This is master cylinder. This is master cylinder having area of cross section This is the block diagram of this of hydraulic brake. Here there two cylinder R1. Consider master cylinder and slave cylinder. This is the slave cylinder. Having area of cross section A1. This is also slave cylinder. This is brake pedal. This is hydraulic tube. And let us consider this slave cylinder having area of cross section A1 and master cylinder having area of cross section, slave cylinder having area of cross section A2 and master cylinder having area of cross section, that is A1. By using this application of Pascal law. Second application is that is hydraulic brake. Hydraulic brake, it is used to stop. It is used to stop the vehicle or to slow down in motion. We know that first application is that is hydraulic lift. It is used to lift the heavy object by applying smaller force. Then second application is that is hydraulic brake. In this hydraulic brake, it is used to stop or to slow down vehicle in the motion. गाड्या थांबवण्यासाठी किंवा स्लो डाऊन स्पीड कमी करण्यासाठी काय केलं जातं हायड्रॉलिक ब्रेक मध्ये पास्कल लॉ यूज काय केला जातो पास्कल लॉ यूज केला जातो. त्यासाठी आपण कन्सिडर केलेले आहे. Let us consider this two cylinder master cylinder and slave cylinder having area of cross section A1 and A2. A2 is greater than A1. Then at first when the piston of this master cylinder push into forward direction, when this piston, let us consider this piston of master cylinder push in forward direction, then at that time piston of slave cylinder also get pushed in forward direction so as to maintain volume of oil constant, so that piston of slave cylinder also get move in forward direction to maintain the volume of oil constant. After that, by applying smaller force to this master cylinder with the help of this brake pedal, then smaller force is applied to this master cylinder. Then we know that pressure is equal to F by A. Then we can generate the pressure, that is F1 P is equal to P1 A1. We can generate here smaller force with the help of this brake pedal, and therefore it is applied and it is transmitted, applying and transmitted by using a Pascal law to every portion of the fluid. Then we can generate the larger force, that is here we can get F2 is equal to PA2. Therefore this pressure, by applying this force with this help of brake pedal, it is transmitted. We can generate the pressure, and this pressure is transmitted equally to every portion of the fluid or this slave cylinder. Then we can generate this larger force. We can generate this larger force, that is F2 is equal to PA2. That is therefore F2 is equal to, we can write here F1 divided by A1 A2. Therefore we can get here F2 is equal to A2 divided by A1 into F1. Therefore we can, by applying this Pascal law, we can, with the help of this Pascal law, by using this hydraulic brake, we can stop or to slow down the vehicle in the motion. This is about the hydrostatic paradox, Pascal law, and application of Pascal law. There are two applications, that is hydraulic lift and hydraulic brake. By applying smaller force, we can generate the pressure, and this pressure is applied to every portion of the fluid at rest, and it is transmitted equally to the undiminished every portion of the fluid, and so that we can generate larger force, and by using this larger force we can lift heavy object, as well as we can to stop the vehicle or to slow down the vehicle in the motion. Right?
कसं पण करायचं